Hey guys, Pot Scrap here. I'm out in my work shed here now. Today I'm sorting out some of the wire I have. Just putting it into this bag I have, bit by bit. There's a lot of bits and pieces in it, things that's no good. Left my other pliers in the car, I cut my arse going out for it. So just tidying up these balls of cable. Taking the plugs off, putting them on one side. This is what I do yeah guys for a few days. Let the stuff build up. And I do strip it out. Now don't worry, check this PlayStation 2 controller, it doesn't work. So no good for nothing. I could sell it on eBay for parts, but what I get for it's not worth it. Now there's a little motor in this. Or some kind of thing in this. Hit it with a hammer and see what we got in it. Out here I can make as much mess as I want and much noise. Why do you make things so hard to get apart? So a nice little motor here, or a transformer you should call it. So leave that like that on it. Cut that bit of wire off. Put that with my copper pipe, my wire. Nice little motor, put that in with the bucket. And that's just scrap plastic. So all I'm at now at the minute is just cleaning up all the wire I got, so I can store it away. I use all the sell the wire now at Christmas time. That's what I do usually most years. It's handy for the Christmas presents. It's a little nice motor in this guy. We keep that to the side. We'll strip him out later. I'll give it a hit with a hammer and see. There we go. That's that out. That's what I love about it here. You can make as much mess as I want. So we got the little motor out. Beautiful little motor, about £1.5, £2 weight in there. So this is what I do. I get a big massive box of this stuff and I let it build up. Then you have this tedious process of taking things apart. I don't mind it though. An hour here, an hour there, it's fine. The Christmas lights, I strip all them apart too. I monster bags of them. I get a lot of these off the charity shops that I take stuff off. The thing is, it's so time consuming, but I just keep clipping. I do it for maybe 10 minutes and I'd leave it and I go back at cutting cords again. And I go back at it again maybe for another 10 minutes. Because it's a hard process and your fingers and stuff start getting to you. But it all is great money working it, guys. It's worth taking apart because there's a lot of heavy wire in it. Unusual lead, pink. Nice brass plug on it. Take these out anyway. Put them down with the rest of the plugs. That one's rubbish. See, you get through the wire too quick enough until you get to the Christmas lights. That's what takes time. I want to give a shout out to my brother Stephen for the goal recovery stuff again he's given me. So thanks, Stephen. If you're watching the video, you'll see it. But I know it's kind of a boring video this now of taking apart leads and stuff, but I always like to show you what I'm doing. Take this out of the way. Oh, the light's nearly going. It's a tedious job, but no one else to do it, I'll do it. Like I have a spare half an hour now at the minute, so the mother-in-law's here, she is, so she's the kids, watching the kids for me, so I'm just going to go out and start trimming away here, put the washing on. This just helps a lot, guys. An extra 10-15 minutes at this, it really helps, because you can get a lot cut in 10-15 minutes and it's out of the way and you're not overwhelming, especially with scrappers. With stuff, you get very overwhelmed with stuff and you get really down sometimes, because you get so much gear and it's hard to process a lot of it, you know. So I'm really keeping it off it lately, so I find the videos excellent, great motivation for this. You really, you know, I'm motivated to do videos, and then it gets me motivated to take things more apart and keep on top of stuff. Like the shed I have is absolutely wedged with stuff at the minute, and I'm getting through it. Getting through slowly, a lot more than I was. So what I was doing when I collected stuff, I put it into the shed, and it's just build up, and I won't take it apart. So now I'm keeping on top of it, kinda. This wire is a big thing. Get this out of the way. Nearly now all done the Christmas lights. Now by looking at this you wouldn't think it's much, but there's about a pound of copper wire here in cable, and it all adds up, guys. You could strip 4 or 5 pounds of this in 10 minutes. You could, easy, if not more. Is it worth it? A lot of people say no, but it is for me, because I have so much of it and it's there to be processed, so I process it. Clear up some of these lights out of the way, get some of this wire out, get some of it here. It's a nice little area here for doing the scrapping. Now I might do my videos out here anymore. Might set up a bit of light here, a better light, because the light I have here is absolutely shit. Might get a better wattage bulb. Now so I put this wire into the bag. There's still some that's not stripped. This is all from last night, just from messing about here. I was doing a bit last night. I had a bit of free time, so just did a bit of stripping down on things. It's worth your while taking apart to absolutely everything, because the amount of wire you're absolutely losing out, it's crazy. I never used to break down small electricals and stuff like that. Now I do, because the motors you get in them, you get nearly a week, say, with the amount of stuff I get. I never used to break down the small little bits and pieces, like little, it's the motor I showed you there, I took apart there a second ago, I smashed it off the ground. I wouldn't have taken them apart before. You nearly get a week's wage on them alone for the year, cashing them in. I always cash in near the end of December. Prices are usually up in December. I did well last December. Sold a bit of copper, a bit of aluminium, a bit of brass and stuff like that. But I haven't sold any wire. It must be 2 years now. Well, a year. So, but yeah, the motors adds up. This like you get a week's wage out of it, and the motors alone. If you're not getting too much, but the little motors, if you let them build up, keep taking them apart, put them to the side, you get a week's wage alone in them for the year, and that all adds up at Christmas time, guys. Presents time, things like that. So that's the Christmas lights took apart. Didn't take me too long. Bit of messing, rubbish. Bit of messing going on, but wasn't too bad. I'll put them in here for the time being. So that's that video, guys. That's that bit of wire took apart. So a quick question I want to ask you too. I want to show you this. Maybe you guys might know. I picked this up. This transformer. Now, is it worth my while? There's a nice bit of brass here, which I'll take off now. Is it worth my while trying to, I know it's concrete at the bottom of this, but it has to be big copper in it. Big lot of copper. Is it worth my while smashing this apart to trying to get the copper out, or is there a way I can get the copper in here? Because I know there's a shitload of copper at the bottom of that. Can you help me out and see how I can get it out? Be very helpful. Like, comment, subscribe, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy. Bye.